No, I was in my hotel room and my back just like it had started to hurt the week before, and I was like, man, this is like weird. I mean, this pain keeps getting bigger, and then I was in bed and I shifted, and it turns out my hip is like this. So when I turned, it like just spasmed out of control, and I fell off the bed, and I couldn't get up, and I army crawled to get my phone, and then I had to, dude, this is like so stereotypical of like comics. I called a buddy, and I was like, hey man, I threw my back out. I have to go pick up a prescription for like ibuprofen, and I got to get a cane.
Because you won't do something stronger than that, right? As a sober guy.
No.
Even if a doctor writes you a big, nice, beautiful little thing and says, here you go.
Brother.
So you're just taking like an entire bottle of Advil. You're like snorting ibuprofen.
The doctor prescribes Ian crowd work.
You're going to want to do about 10 or use together. And then, later
15, what do you do for work?
The doctor goes, there's going to be a retard dating in the front row.
Your doctor's like, do you have a caption guy? You got a caption guy?
They're going to be a communist.
So these, you fuck. So these two guys in the front row, they're just guy friends, but you're going to assume they're gay.
I forgot to mention we have a capitalist pig on the show.
Oh, yeah, that whole
capitalist
thing.
pig.
Shame!
Oink,
Shame!
oink. Oink, oink, you commie pinko fucks. Go to hell. Good luck getting wired money from your parents on your little commune, faggots. Whoops.
No, you can say that. That's okay.
That's like "and" on this show.
Yeah, we're not going to take away your oxygen.
Yeah, come on. You got to swim. You're a shark.
Yeah.
Oh my
you don't say fag once every hour, you die.
Yeah, that's the gills of this podcast.
The gills.
I am sweating from laughing so hard I got to take off my shirt.
Yeah, if we don't say gay slur, just like in 45 minutes, we're all glassy-eyed and dead. Like when a plane is depressurized and it keeps flying.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know what's going on, Ian got dragged. He got owned on Twitter. He got completely owned on Twitter, frankly.
Hey, I might have been
by a bunch of geniuses.
I might have well been a queer in Laramie, Wisconsin, because I got dragged by a fucking truck.
That guy, I forget his name, the pile of mud went after you.
Don't dignify his name.
I don't know. He's the ultimate. He's just like a big ant.
We don't have to say it.
He's a human anthill, and he goes after people, and he like bartends and stuff.
Oh, right. I know.
I don't know. I forget his name. But
we don't need to mention.
Yeah.
He's a mud pie.
He's a mud pie.
He's a Jewish golem.
Yeah. The gum on your shoe. He like grew, and he started going after you.
He's not Jewish.
No, he's Spanish. He's
Well, no, a golem is Jewish.
Oh, right.
A mud person from the Jewish.
Yes.
Religion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not on that level.
Right. I know you hate Jewish people. I'm sorry. Sorry I brought it up.
Yeah.
God damn. Dude, it's so funny to me. Like, it's a dumb fucking throwaway thing.
I didn't understand. When I saw the day you were having, I was like, what?
Dude, it was insane.
It's a throwaway clip.
It was
Everyone
just
was,
a
like,
dumb,
piling on
stupid
you.
thing. It was a fucking...
It was like a crowd work show,
Well,
right?
it's a show called
Yeah.
Stand Up on the Spot, where people throw suggestions, and the clip they sent me from the thing, I was like, well, okay, whatever. I did like a 20-minute set.
You're talking
and
to
they
a
sent
really
me
hot,
things.
like a really hot woman who's like, I'm a communist.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you post like 15 reels like a week. You got your numbers up. You post a lot of stuff. You're just like, let's
I'm
go.
unwell.
It's just
if I don't do it, I'm like, I have no value. I hate myself. It sucks. I'm living in a hell of my own design, man.
Well, that's because you're a capitalist
it's
pig.
a nightmare. It's a true nightmare.
Maybe try Marxism.
Yeah. You need Marxism. Just sit around and think.
Patreon's doing well.
So apparently everybody wants me to be a Marxist now.
Well, you look like you would be.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
biggest problem.
I mean, hey, who's not a fan of Richard Marx? Tap of the cane.
Well, it was
I'm
funny 'cause
expecting you to pull a sword out of that.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Whoever made that box, make me a fucking sword cane.
the girl you went after laughed.
I didn't go after anyone.
You didn't go after.
Yes,
I'm saying the girl she laughed. It was
Dude,
fun.
I was the last comic in the show, and everybody's throwing suggestions throughout the whole show. And I don't know what someone yelled that, and I was like, huh. And I just threw words out of my mouth and then put it online. And she laughed and everyone laughed. And it's like so clear I'm being like silly and like joking and like whatever. And dude, everyone hated me.
No, they turned you into the Monopoly man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and it didn't help that I was wearing the worst suit ever.
I was literally going to say, I think that's why you got dunked on.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a hack suit.
It's hilarious.
You looked like Bill Maher.
It's
doing stand-up.
amazing. Dude, I just came from my friend's funeral, and that's the only suit I have. The fucking bouncer from the cellar, Steve, just died, and I went to his funeral. And if you've never been to a black funeral, fucking go. It's incredible, dude.
Okay.
Holy shit. They were playing hip-hop on the walk-up to fucking give eulogies and everything. Right. It was amazing.
Well, that's pretty capitalist, though.
Yeah.
Little do they know, though, after the show, you got on like one of those bikes with the big wheel, and you just like pedaled through Brooklyn to get home.
A penny farthing.
Yeah, penny farthing.
Yeah, and I also too like all jokes aside, I do like in my like people with this idea of me being like a capitalist is like in my free time I do set homeless people on fire. It's like, you know,
That's your thing. Yeah.
I hate poor people. You know, I've never been poor. You know, fucking assholes, pieces of shit. Anyway, so I fucking
Go off, Queen.
I'm literally
We're
shut
giving you
up.
the platform to go on.
I'm-
go off to him. Let him know.
Yell at
They're
him.
probably all watching.
Yell at him. I think he's outside. He just delivered our Postmates, actually. Did he send you a picture of it? He's about to start tweeting.
Did anybody come to your defense that was like really big? Did anybody step in the line of fire?
No, because nobody cared because it was the dumbest shit ever. It was all these like lunatic. Literally, the joke was like, oh, they were like communism. And I was like, oh, new age communists are annoying.
Yeah.
That was like basically whatever. And then they were all annoying and just like so whatever. And then I'm literally in a hotel room in McAllister, Oklahoma, taking a shit. I just got done doing a sold-out gig, and I'm like, oh, wow, these people
right,
think I
sold
suck.
out. Wow.
Shut up.
All right, capitalist, we get it. You made a lot of money that night.
Ooh, Mr. Bonus on the weekend.
So they added more chairs so they wouldn't give me bonus.
They break down a wall.
Actually, it looked like really no one here. No. So, so I'm like, I'm laughing, responding to people, but then apparently that means you're ratioed. I didn't know what a ratio was, but everybody's like ratioed. I don't know what that is.
Some of them really got you too.
Whatever.
They got you good.
Yeah,
It must have hurt.
I'll quote Janusz Poha from Ghostbusters 2. You are like the buzzing of flies to him.
I love Ian so much. Oh man, that rules.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I should have started dogpiling you though. That would have been great.
Oh, dude, I would have loved it. I think it's so funny, dude. The funniest fucking thing, I screenshotted something some guy said, and it was and it's so. They're like, "Don't quit your day job." Oh, like you have a job. Oh, it was just like the most out of touch, fucking like insane. And a part of me for a second was like, "Oh my god, are they right? Am I the worst?
Right.
Do I suck?
That's
I'm not a good guy." And then I'm like, oh no, like let me live in reality, you know.
But that's why people like Jordan Peterson, they go nuts because every day they wake up and then like the New York Times, like every media outlet is dragging them. And after years of that, they literally go insane.
You can only get owns for so long.
Yeah,
before
you're like
go into a coma and eat only meat.
You're like, my
dude.
best friend is Charlie Kirk. Right?
Oh,
all I have.
so Ben, read this tweet. It's the funniest fucking shit.
Mm-hmm. Is it just a picture? I knew it was going to be something.
Well, I have to show them now. Fuck you. Oh my God. I hope someone just saw it and zoomed in.
Yeah, they are going to break that down like some
No, but this is it. This is the funniest tweet.
I also
I've
love
ever
that you just have that photo.
It's right next to your most recent.
It's in Spanish. And it says
Que comediante mediocre.
Yeah, it's a Mexican guy that goes, "Que comedian mediocre."
Oh, you were hitting refresh because this tweet says it was 36 seconds ago. So you were going nuts. You had like a full manic like breakdown.
Don't put that on me, asshole. You look like you're going on a fishing trip with your son from a private school, you fucking dickhead. Oh, I got my vest on and my little cap. My new mustache. Come on, let's get in the Audi.
My new mustache.
You had to start using a cane right after being called a capitalist pig.
You got owned so hard you broke a bone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's starting to dress like a capital. Like he's gonna have a big top hat and a money bag.
yeah.
This is what happened to Peterson, dude. You're gonna start wearing suits with like tweets on them and stuff.
Tweets?
Yeah, well, Peterson
puts his tweets
he has a
on
Twitter
his
suit
suit?
now because he
Nuh-uh.
loves Elon.
Yeah, he wears Twitter.
Nuh-uh.
tweets. Yeah, it's like tweets.
The inside of the suit jacket.
Dude, truly, I'm
and he
so
does look good in a lot of the suits.
out of
He's
touch
hot.
with
People
all this
act
stuff.
he's
Like, I
He's
truly
really
don't
hot.
know about that or like what a ratio is. Like, I don't.
Oh, so a ratio is it's the ratio of replies to like engagement on the tweet. And so, what was the joke, by the way? What did you say?
It's dumb. It was a dumb joke. It fell out of my
wasn't a
mouth.
joke. It was crowd work.
So
and
you-
they said they were.
So you just said something about capitalism, like, oh, she's a
No,
capitalist.
She
No.
said she's a communist. He goes, oh, have you ever read history? And everyone laughed, and including
Because of
her.
genocide.
And then
then
and then
that's
I was
really all
like,
I remember.
every new age capitalist doesn't or communist doesn't want to work, and they're all
It
like
was that.
polyamorous witches in Brooklyn.
It was the wording of "don't want to work,"
and they're annoying.
It's just when you say people don't want to
Yeah,
work.
but
now,
then in
you
the
can't say
caption
that.
of the thing, I said capitalism sucks, but the other option's not better. They just totally ignored that.
Oh,
and
sure.
and a part of me was like, I was like, what? Am I bad? And then I'm like, no, like shake out of it. You're fucking great, dude. This isn't real. These are all.
No, if you were,
I'll go back to it. To quote Janusz Poha from Ghostbusters
Sure.
2.
To
They are
quote
the
him.
I keep
buzzing
thinking
of
you're about to
flies
quote
me.
Giannis Papa.
yeah.
I keep thinking that you're like obsessed with Giannis.
It's just a Greek guy.
To quote our god, Giannis Papa.
The thing is, if you wear a suit now, you got to do with that rape guy, the Channel 5 guy.
What?
You got to wear like a suit
There's
that
a
guy
rape
would
guy.
wear.
Callahan.
Andrew Callahan.
Andrew Callahan, the big rapist.
Yeah, the star of Last of Us, the
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah. Oh,
If you
yeah,
wear a
that
suit
raper.
now, you need to wear a suit where like the tie is all weird and fucked up and there's stains all
Yeah,
over it.
at
and
what
it's
point do I
mismatched.
add teenage acne to my face? No wonder you had to rape. His face looks like the moon.
You know what? He probably hasn't felt bad, but if he listens to this, that's gonna get him. That's gonna do it.
Why? Because a literal bridge troll. Like, that guy has acne. Meanwhile, my forehead's 20 feet behind me.
You're an Easter Island head.
Jesus Christ. I mean, my God.
You should wear a suit like where the bow tie just spins and there's a flower that shoots water out of it. Yeah.
Well, that's where we're really fucked, though, is that something like that happens, and people are so desperate to attack anybody, they think you are like responsible for capitalism. Like we've ever been a part of any discussion on how the country's run
Yeah.
or our economics.
Don't those people know I
We
can't
don't.
read?
If they implemented communism tomorrow, you'd be like, all right, I don't know.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know.
fucking, I'm a pawn. I'm a small pawn.
The only reason Ian's been able to start his own podcast is because he's in a rent-controlled place where he can use his basement to like turn it into a studio to have a Patreon.
Right.
Like the idea that you're like part of the problem is like completely insane.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and,
right.
and also, it's a fucking
like you're some cog in the wheel
joke.
of.
Like, I
Right.
just don't get like that whole stuff or like getting angry at people online or like being mean. Like, it's just so dumb, you know?
I like being mean on the internet.
I can't do it.
I like
hate
being
it.
mean on this show.
Well, you're pretty good at clapbacks.
Really?
I mean, you
Oh,
wrote a whole tweet to the guy.
I got that.
You called him like a word. You said like
You said he's, like, worthless.
You broke down his character.
Oh, I stomped that roach good. That's the thing. If you deserve it, if you deserve it, and you come after one of my friends, I'll fucking tear you apart.
Wait, did he come after Jay?
No, but if they come after my
Well,
baby boy,
he came after Nick Bolin.
yeah.
Yeah, what is that guy's history with Nick?
I don't know.
What is
Well,
that?
dude, that guy, we were all friends with him, and then he like went off the deep end
Oh.
and fucking
Cut his mom's head off.
He cut his mom's head off,
Yeah.
and he would just go up on stage and yell "hot cum," and we're like,
Right,
"Hey
right,
man,
right.
cool it."
Oh, he's
you
the
know?
guy that ate his cum too, right? That was a big
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, in a video.
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't.
But
know.
look, if you're coming to me for your political fucking advice, you've already lost. What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
That we're so desperate to just be angry at anybody.
Yeah.
It's like you became.
I think it's fun.
So-
like I get a kick out of it.
So Matt Stone and like Trey Parker get dragged on Twitter like every week because a clip will just surface of Trey Parker doing Chinese voice, and it gets like 3
It's
million
the best.
views, and people go, "This is the most cringe as fuck thing." Like they don't know
and they're
what
like,
South Park
you
is.
shouldn't do this, and blah, blah. And it's like when people go, it's cringe or quit your thing. It's like you're so out of touch.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Gen Z is like driving the whole like they're kind of setting the standard for like the zeitgeist technically in terms of places, directions. So the thing I see that is coming back with Gen Z comedy because I'm just interested in this. I just happen to observe it. I'm not obsessed with people who are in their early 20s,
Right.
Well,
or
you're
their late
dressed.
teens.
You're dressed like you watch them from afar.
Well, let me tell you.
You know, in my observations, I've been.
The new comedy for them is stuff that's really wacky. Especially if you go on TikTok, it has to be like the most absurd, where they're just like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And then a guy, and they go, "Hold on, my phone's ringing," and they're at a gas pump, and then they pick up the gas pump, they go, "Hello," and then it goes, "It's your father," and then they turn, they go, "Whoa, it's my dad," and they turn back, and they go, "Whoa, dad," and it's the other guy that was just there was wearing a wig. And then like the phone flips, and then they're like in their closet all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 minutes of that. It's completely nauseating, and it has like 40 million views. But it's so fast that you can't click off of it because it's this nauseating. Like you have like vertigo after watching like a 2 minute comedy thing. But that type of comedy, none of it is at anybody's expense. It's not creative in terms of like the way math can be creative, and like in terms of critical thinking, like it's just like one nonsensical thing after another.
They don't like.
It's like if you only spoke in non sequiturs.
It's a million left turns.
Yeah. You just keep doing. So you
go in a
just sort of
circle.
corkscrew
Right.
into the earth.
There's no victim.
Right. If you can't be racist, you just like turn into a NASCAR track.
It turns to this weird thing where
comedy.
someo's handing you a glass of milk out of the dark.
That's us on stage some days. We're being handcuffed. It was all turning into a NASCAR track.
More like the Daytona 500. Quiz. But like, if you make a joke to a lot of Gen Z people, if you make a joke at somebody's expense, they don't know it's a joke. I think they think you're just being mean. I think they think you're being a bully.
But which is crazy because they can't understand the context, and then that gives them carte blanche to be evil. So, like, for a generation of people that are like,
oh, that's interesting.
Jokes can't be me. You can't use jokes for blah, blah. But then they have permission to say the most vile shit of
mean.
all
Yeah,
time
yeah.
in the pursuit of righting that wrong. So it doesn't make sense.
And then
it's like,
what sucks about that is they're hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm a 30-year-old man. And I'm
Yeah.
getting my feelings hurt reading the things people are sending to me.
well,
and I'm crying.
I was reading them, and then I gave myself a gift. I wrote myself a check, reality check. And that reality check,
God damn
was
it,
that
Ian.
good enough to not make fun of anyone, you little fucking monosyllabic queers? So,
You guys so into that one?
huh? You soy into that one? Because yo soy Ian.
Cringe, Ian. Cringe.
Ian, that's like cringe.
That's cringe.
No, but I took a step back and like I just had to like be present in the moment and go, I'm in McAlester, Oklahoma. My childhood best friend is here with his wife. He's like driving me around for this like run of gigs. I just sold out the Hollywood Improv. Like I'm doing okay.
You gotta gas
this
yourself up a bit.
isn't real. What is real is this, that, and the other. This is just insane buzzing of flies to me.
When I look at it, it always feels like people trying to speak for hundreds of years of existence with like zero sense of history.
Yeah.
Or like it's very they act like they don't look into anything beyond what
2016
they grew up
to
with,
now.
but then they want to tell everybody
Yeah.
that's lived beyond. It's like they don't have it's like they don't understand that people have lived longer than them. But I could say the same thing about my generation, I guess, but I don't know, I grew up like I didn't want to look like an out of touch asshole, so I
Right.
looked into old shit.
Well, that's like what a lot of that is like they just read these old theory and this and that, which is like, all right, do whatever you want. But like to be honest, I don't know much about any of that stuff. I've continually vote for Bernie and I write him in. Like, I
Right.
just, like, I'm at the end of the day, if I could build a system, it'd be democratic socialism, but not what the DSA is in Brooklyn, where they can't even get through their fucking 10 amendments because they're like, what
Right.
privilege, I'm gay.
And those still exist?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that video is hilarious.
Yeah.
When they're like, stop the hissing.
It is like a competition to see who's the most retarded person in the room. Yeah.
But I will say the funniest part is that became this huge discourse and dialogue on communism and socialism, and people are like learning and sharing books.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did I really just start this fucking dialogue?
That's
or
interesting.
whatever? And
You're
I
like,
will
you're like
say-
Bo Burnham.
I am Bo Burnham. Yeah. Because I'm a depressed fucking faggot. And come on, guys, we're joking on the show.
The man's got to breathe. He's got to come up for air every now and then. He's got to
It's his-
drop an F slur.
It's his gills.
You don't want me to turn to stone?
Don't you want Free Willy to make the jump?
How's he supposed to breathe underwater?
Yeah. So I fucking I was reading some of this stuff and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good point. So it did. I am open to understanding things in a different way. I wasn't doubling down like, I'm a capitalist, you're a commie, blah blah. I was just doubling down like, no, I'm funny, you're not. And and then people were like, you're not willing to engage. And I'm like, I didn't come here to engage because anything I say is going to get piled on no matter what.
Right.
And you're a fucking insane person if you think you can have any sort of good faith conversation on Twitter.
Well, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, anybody arguing online, it's like the dust of your life is evaporating in front of you. You know, we're all just dying. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. It's a distraction.
We're all
ultimately.
dust in the wind.